my name is Emily Bertrand, and today we're going to talk about how to properly lead a horse. We're going to use our model here, Rory. He's a chestnut thoroughbred owned by Emma Delano. So Rory has his halter on and the lead rope is attached to the halter. We're about ready to go, but first things first, we have to make sure we're holding the lead rope properly. We take our right hand and we're going to place it under the snap. We never place it onto the snap because if the horse were to move away or make a sudden movement, we could accidentally unclip the horse. We wouldn't want a loose horse. So just below the snap with my right hand, and then my left hand, we coil up the lead rope this way. What we don't want to do is wrap it around our hand because one, we could break our hand, and two, you never know, if something happened, we could get dragged by the horse. It's very dangerous. So we take the lead rope, we're just going to fold it up inside of our hand this way, put my right hand under the snap, and we're good to go. So we're about to take Rory out of the stall. Because we're going through a doorway, I'm going to approach the doorway, make sure I open it nice and wide while he waits for me. I'm going to go through the doorway first. You never want to go beside your horse and get stuck or pushed up against the wall. And you don't want ever to let your horse go ahead of you because then you're going to lose control. So I'm going to go first, and then he's going to follow. Okay, so we saw that when we lead a horse through a doorway, that the leader always goes first and then the horse follows behind. Otherwise, when we're walking around and leading our horses, there's a better position to be in. We don't want to be walking ahead of them. So we're going to stand between his head and his shoulder, and we're going to stand elbow width apart. That way, if your horse were to push into you, you could push him off you by using your elbow. Horses respond to pressure and release of pressure. So if you got too close, I'd give him a little elbow so he would move out of my space. We also would never want to get our feet stepped on. So I'm going to lead him, and under the snap, I've got my lead rope held properly in my hand. I'm going to look forward where I want to go. I'm going to stay between his head and shoulder, and I'm going to walk on. So what do you do if your horse starts dragging you or pulling you or doesn't want to move? We want to apply pressure and release the pressure. This is how horses respond to us. That's how we communicate with them. So if my horse, let's say he's trying to drag me that way, Rory wouldn't because he's such a good boy. I don't want to be pulling against him because if he's over here and I'm pulling and pulling, he'll just pull into me more. It turns into a tug of war. You never want that to happen. So if a horse pulls you, you can't beat him. He's 1,200 pounds. You don't want to pull against him. What you're going to do is you're going to have a squeeze, release, squeeze, release. This will get their attention, get them paying attention to you and responding to you. It can be sharper and stronger if you need to, if the situation were to escalate and the horse was really pulling you. That usually doesn't happen, but it can. But we want to squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Same as if we want to walk forward and he doesn't want to move. I don't want to stand in front of him and pull him because he'll never follow us. We want to stand with him between his head and shoulder, and I'll be here, I can cluck, and let's just give a little squeeze, release, and tug on the lead rope if I need to.